Hi, this is Yvonne McNary, and this is Teacher Appreciation Week, and I'm here with my special guest, Gail King. How you doing, Gail?
I'm wonderful, Yvonne. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome, and I'd like to say that Gail is the recipient of the 2016 Outstanding Education Award given by the Marion County Chamber of Commerce. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It was a very special award.
Well, I couldn't think of a better person to talk to today than you because it is Teacher Appreciation, and I know you've been a teacher for years.
28 years.
28 years, still going strong.
Going strong, but my days are getting numbered because I'm retiring at the end of the school year.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Well, we've got a lot to talk about then. Before you do that, I know that. Tell us a little bit about your teaching career, how you got started.
Okay, I guess when I was in high school, I kind of thought maybe I wanted to be a nurse, but then I got to thinking about all the blood and the different things, and then I was kind of like, oh, I don't think this is for me. But I'm a people person, and I like to be around people, so I thought I need to do something that's going to get me in the public, be around, and I love children. So I started taking some educational classes, and I've not looked back since.
Okay. Now you started out at St. Catherine.
I started at St. Catherine. I got my associate's degree there. I transferred over to Campbellsville University and got my bachelor's, and then I finished up at Western with my master's.
Okay. Now, when you first started out, what grade did you teach?
My certificate is 1 through 8, general 1 through 8. I first started out with 5th grade. That was my very first year teaching. I was so scared. I was so nervous. But the kids were so good. And Stevie Lyric was one of my first students.
Was she really?
Yes, she was. She was one of my first students. She was the first student I had in 5th grade. But they were so good, and they knew I was learning. So we were kind of learning together, and we did all kind of neat things because they were so good. And then after I got that first year under my belt, it was kind of like, you know what, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this. So it's been a wonderful career. We've had ups and downs, but I couldn't imagine myself doing anything else.
Well, like I said, this is Teacher Appreciation Week, and we certainly do appreciate our teachers, not just this week, but every week in the year, because teachers also teach during the summer.
Summer school, lots of training in the summer. There's not a lot of summer for teachers anymore because even with summer school, there's professional development that we have to attend in the summer, so the summers are shorter and shorter.
Okay. Now, for somebody out there who's thinking about becoming a teacher, what would you tell them?
You have to be flexible. That is the main thing because you can have the perfect lesson plan and your technology messes up. So you better have a plan B. You better be ready to adapt, and you better be changing because you never know what's going to happen. So that's the main thing. If you're going to be a teacher, you better be flexible.
Okay, now what grade are you teaching now?
I teach 8th grade social studies.
Social studies, huh? Now, I know social studies, there's a lot to it now. There was a lot more to it than used to be. Tell us a little bit about teaching social studies and what that entails.
Well, I teach U.S. history.
Okay.
Yeah. Then there's 6th grade is geography, 7th grade is ancient civilization. I teach U.S. history, and I really like that because it's the history. It's how we evolved from exploration on to the Civil War, and I think the kids they really enjoy hearing because it's actually what how we evolved. So I think so it's easy to teach, and I enjoy history.
Okay, now how many kids do you have in your classroom?
Well, I have 5 different classes, 25, 28 kids in each class, so I have about close to 100 kids every day.
Wow, that's a lot of kids.
It's a lot of kids. It's a lot of kids.
Now, did you start out when you first started teaching? Did you have that many kids, or has it?
I had one class,
Okay,
like my 5th grade class. I had like 25, 26 kids, and I kept those kids all
All day.
It was a
Okay.
self-contained
So
classroom.
it's a whole different ballgame, apples and oranges. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, which one did you prefer?
I guess I enjoyed elementary school when I was younger, but as I've aged, I kind of like that middle school, and I know people are they look at me like I'm crazy because they're like, oh my God, middle school kids, but but the thing about them, you never know what's going to happen, or you never know what they're going to say. You just have to laugh about it and go on. But I enjoy them because they're more independent. We get settled, we get started, and they take off with it. The little kids are like, ooh, they require a lot of energy, and I don't have that energy like I used to. So I enjoy middle school.
Okay. Now, I know like you said, you've been teaching over 20 years now. How has education changed, or the teaching experience changed in all these years? I know you've seen a lot of different changes come down the road, but what do you think some of the bigger changes are?
Well, the bigger changes as far as with what I'm thinking, it's just the family structure has changed so much. And it just makes it harder sometimes for the kids to learn because when I first started teaching, everybody had a mom and a dad at home. You don't see that as much anymore. And a lot of kids have a whole lot of more problems besides just coming to school and trying to do an algebra problem. They've got problems like, I may not know where I'm going to lay my head tonight. So you have to deal with a lot of emotional problems just besides the curriculum, and that's changed a whole lot since I've been in education.
Okay, tell me, what maybe was one of the bigger challenges that you see coming up as a teacher?
Well, just like I said, trying to keep the kids focused on their schoolwork when they have a whole lot of other problems going on at home.
Okay.
It's hard to keep them focused because the schoolwork may not be anything. They may be thinking about what's going on at home, a lot of problems at home, and it's hard to keep them focused in school. So that's probably been the biggest, the biggest change that I've seen in my career.
Okay. Now, I know you've been through a lot. You've seen a lot of things, had a lot of students. So what's one of those things that you're most proud of?
Well, I would have to say the award that I got just back in January, I literally cried.
Pull that award out here so we can see it.
Okay.
Let's put it out here.
It's, when I got that award back in January, I cried for like a whole week, off and on. I was getting emails, messages, flowers, and cards from kids that I had 20-some years ago. And they would say, Miss King, I remember when you said this, or I remember when you told me this. And it did, and it happened, and it came true, and I want to thank you for that. So that right there, that's definitely, it's been the highlight of my career.
Sounds like you were a pretty positive role model.
Well, my philosophy, and this is what I tell the younger ones, if you got to have that relationship with the students, because if they don't feel that you care about them, they're not going to care less about what you're trying to teach them.
Okay.
So you've got to build that positive relationship with kids before you can do anything else.
Well, listen, thank you for talking to us today for Teacher Appreciation Week. We want to let all of our teachers out there know that we really do appreciate them. And congratulations again on your award for Outstanding Educator of the Year 2016. We really appreciate you for that. And we hope that all the teachers out there will have somebody to come by and tell them.
That means a lot.
Come by and talk to them and say congratulations or pat them on the back.
That means
say you did a really great job.
Because they all work really hard. They all work really hard, yes.
This has been Yvonne McNary for Central Kentucky Television.